Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 4th of March 2022. It's 8:30. As you can see, it's getting lighter in the morning and more importantly it's starting to be light when I'm leaving work. So considerably nicer working conditions now. We're heading into the longer daylight days. Never really enjoy that much leaving work in the dark. Pardon me. And coming home in the dark. So yes, the weather's much well. The greater number of daylight hours is much better. That's for sure. Last weekend it was surprisingly nice. Very blue skies, sunny, cold. It wasn't warm, but it was at least, you know, it was nice. It wasn't raining. It wasn't grey and dull and miserable. It wasn't blowing a gale, most importantly. So. Yeah, it was pretty good last weekend. Took the boy to Aerobounce with his friends on the Saturday. Sunday didn't do a great deal really, and then back to work. Busy week at work. Both roasters have been going. This one's been doing some long runs this week. Long days going, churning out. We've had some big coffee orders, so we've been churning through some big volume of coffee, and then the smaller one every day for the specialty selections, and just keeping a rolling stock. So it's been a good busy week. Coffee in my mug is the Ethiopian Chef Tiku. It's his excellence. I really love this Chef. Good job, because I've got a lot of it, but hopefully we'll start ploughing through that more. And yeah, so a busy week. So we've had a lot of big coffee orders, so it's just been flat out roasting, packing, shipping boxes and boxes and boxes of coffee, which is all good. Quite a few local drops as well. And then last Friday the green coffee came in from Fazenda Do Lobo, which I've got now, but not yet been able to list it because I'm still waiting to find out what the varietal and process is. So whether it's washed or natural or any sort of honey process, and also, you know, whether it's yellow bourbon, red bourbon, capture, whatever. Just don't have all the info yet on it, so waiting patiently for that. I emailed Lobo, Fazenda Do Lobo, to ask them, and they've replied. Super happy that I bought their coffee, of course, and they're going to send some pictures, but didn't actually supply the information yet on what particular type it was. But I don't know if they'll know from Minnesol's markings on the sacks, because obviously they'll send it in bulk to Minnesol, and bulk Minnesol will bag it up, so they're maybe not entirely sure themselves. So I'll hunt it down at some point when I get a chance. So it has been a flat out week at work because I've been doing two people's work again. So it's a good way of making the week pass super quick, because you don't have a second during the day to think about anything other than work. Pack orders, take in deliveries, send out stock, pack pallets of stock, give parcels to FedEx, answer a few emails in between if you get a chance, do a few bits, do some invoices for people, try and do a bit of accounts if you get a chance, pack more orders. It's just non-stop, flat out, all week. Yeah, it really has been quite a lot. So, shall we do Mr. Nelson's words of wisdom? I think so. He tried to get me to tell him when to send them last night, but I was watching Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so failed to. My things to talk about on your vlog. My mum's birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday to your mum, Richard. Are you into those adverts as the jingle goes? Compare the market.com and compare the meerkat.com. Yes, very funny. Have you ever been to Bowling Hall as out with Dean Leggett? No. When are you next going to Lightcliff Tea Rooms? Yesterday morning. General's the Boathouse last week. Mandarin Bear a couple of weeks back. Victoria Craft Beer last week. Cha-cha-chai when they order next. Have you ever had Spam Ham as it previously sponsored television challenge And I remember the advert of the brand as the man who did the voice on the advert did sound like Batman. Well, I've had spam. In fact, we have that quite regularly. We have it fried up, sliced and fried up in sandwiches. Has Callum ever read any of the classic Thomas books as they were made in the 1940s? Don't think so. Can you remember Call My Bluff? Vaguely. Are you doing anything, or is it not? You're, as always, not much weekends. I'm going to Thackeray Museum on Saturday. Probably trying to do not much, depending on what happens, basically. I was planning to not do much last weekend and spend half a day in Aerobounce, so who knows what this weekend will lead to. But I'd quite like to have a bit of a relaxing weekend if possible, after what has been quite a hard week. So we've had green coffee in yesterday, actually. Was it yesterday? Was it the day before? Maybe it was the day before. We've had pallet of green coffee in anyway, got more due in Monday. Seem to have a constant input of green coffee at the moment. So that has been super busy. Other than that, yeah, it's just been a very long week. Not much happened other than that. Oh, last weekend I did start playing Guardians of the Galaxy, the game. Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's quite hard. I mean, it started out pretty much fine. You kind of just progress through what is a sort of set sort of line of progress. So there's not much we can go wrong, really. Just with some collectibles about you, fine. But other than that, you're just kind of going through emotion. And most part of it hasn't been too bad. There's been some challenging bits. Fortunately, I mean, it's not horrendous for making you redo big chunks, but it does sort of, if you fail, you restart and restart and restart on the particular bit you're stuck on. Which I've got as far as the first boss and completely got stuck on that. Absolutely just keep dying. And I ended up having to look it up on YouTube and see some of the tricks that people were using to get through it, and it turns out I've completely just ignored a major function of the game because me. Although it forces you at some previous points, but it was obviously trying to teach you this, and I just ignored it. There's a Guardians menu, and you can get the other Guardians, because you're Star-Lord, playing Star-Lord. So you can get the other Guardians to attack an enemy, but you have to bring up the menu and select them, and then that tells them that they need to attack it. So as is, sort of like on this boss, you know, you're attacking it and they're attacking it as, just because they are. But when it gets to the point where, you know, you need to focus on it, you actually have to tell them to do that. You don't just sit and wait and hope they're going to do it themselves. So that's what I've been doing wrong, basically. So I'm hoping to clear that when I next play, which will perhaps be tomorrow morning, maybe. I'll see about that. But otherwise, a good game. I mean, you know, I really like Guardians of the Galaxy, so I knew I was going to like that as a game, and it's quite good because there is all the banter between the characters as you go along, which is quite fun. So yeah, right, I think I shall get off and do some work. Okay, so have a good week next week. See you in next week's coffee blog.